So I made some stuff at work. It's inside right now. I'm gonna go get it real quick. This is what I did yesterday at work. It was a good day because my supervisor wasn't there and I was able to crank some stuff out for myself. So what we got is this little guy. It's a clamp and it's for that pump that's up in my heater core that you probably saw in a couple of the videos I posted last. And this is gonna hold the pump. I cut that and it'll clamp when I put the bolt. This is a through hole, little 6mm, and yeah, that's the bracket to hold that. This is for my sub that I just put on, and don't pay attention to that. This is just a scrap piece, but this will clamp on my seatbelt buckle with that cord right there, but it'll clamp right there, and yeah, it'll just kind of sandwich that in there. I got these 2 screws holding it on. You can see a little pocket they got, a little slot, and these are tapped, so it'll just sandwich that together and mount up. So that's sweet. And I got this for my little tabletop I'm making. I messed up here. Don't remind me. So I made a pocket here, pocket there, and I got holes 50mm apart, and I countersunk both sides. I countersunk both sides just so I don't have to so they're not dependent on which side they go on, so kind of either or. But yeah, you can screw up through the bottom, and this will kind of provide support. And I got these just enough so I can still open this. So obviously this piece of wood is going to come to here, and this will still be able to open when, So I'm going to put that on, and I did get it's a cutting board actually for the countertop that I got. I did get that the other day, so I guess I'm gonna get that and show you guys. Man, that sucked up the oil like crazy. I loaded this thing up with oil, top and bottom. So, but 3/4 thick, 19mm. So I need to cut that up, get it to fit. First, I'm gonna get a piece of cardboard and lay out a good template, because I have to avoid my seatbelt pulley kind of thing where the spring is and whatnot. So I got to cut a little notch out for that, and so it's gonna be there. And also I need to cut this width down a little bit. So I don't know, that'll be a little bit later, but I'm gonna get my pump mount on and the little base controller thing and go back to this. So let's go. I'm gonna take this aluminum piece off and see if it fits my seatbelt buckle. Oh yeah, that fits awesome. So I'm gonna sneak this behind. So you can see that it fits there. It just kind of sandwiches that, and that slot allows it to stay centered and it can't move side to side. Boom. This thing came out so good, and it's solid and it's not moving at all. And my cord fits good. My cord's just going to the same place the seatbelt little cord goes on the side of this carpet. So that's a win. Alright, I also made this little guy, which I forgot about. I got two 6mm bolts tapped in each end, and there's a little flat there for a 17 wrench to hold it in place while I tighten these. And this little arm, and this arm is going to go to this mount, actually like this way, that through hole. And I have this flange bolt, which is the same as them, but it's just not quite long enough. It's only going to thread a little bit. So I got this one, that's going to thread most of the way. So I'll use that, just socket head cap screw. And so yeah, that is going to be my mount to hold my pump in place. I guess this is next. Put it up under there, and yeah, should be good. Alright, so this is getting mounted. Oh, you can't see it, right here. And it's very close to the edge of the amp right there. So it's so close, I had to cut. I had to cut this down so I can actually get it. Oh crap, now my flat isn't going to be right. For the socket size, I'll have to measure that. But now it'll fit next to the hole that the bolt's going to go through. So just a little update. You can see my bracket up in there, and you can see the side of the amp where that wire is, and how I had to cut because that bolt, it was too close. It's just too close, so I had to cut it. And the bracket goes up to that, and then you can see my mount on the pump, and I got to put a bolt through there, and it should be all mounted up good. So there you can kind of see, don't pay attention to my hose clamp mess over there, but that should hold that pump in position in like a specific spot, so it's not just dangling and crashing into whatever when I hit bumps. So I'm gonna get this bolt in and check back in. Alright, so it's done. You can see that clamp on the motor, that bracket, and it just goes over, and you can't see that bolt. You can just barely. You can see that, oh, there goes focus. But the bolt's down there, and dude, it's good. It doesn't hit this connector even though it looks like it. And it's all bolted up, and it's solid, not hitting nothing. Dude, it's freaking on there. And I'm hyped. I thought that was gonna be a lot harder than what it was. It's pretty easy. Mount everything. You gotta mount it. This van is moving. If it's a house, then you don't have to. But if you're doing a car or a bike, you gotta mount your stuff.